Some simple EQ filtering, notches and shelving can make all the difference to any mix, both for alleviating low-mid build-up and achieving sweet, controlled highs. We'll load up a mix that has a good balance, except for some frequency clashes between certain elements such as a background drone and bass. To fix this, we'll use DMG's Equilibrium on the house drone channel, to add an 18 dB and octave high pass filter, at 250 Hz, to free up some room in the low mid frequencies. Giving the bass and kick drum some breathing space. After this, we'll use a 12 dB and octave low pass filter at 6 kHz to remove some unwanted high frequencies. To create some extra room in the high mids, we'll apply a -3 dB high shelf at 700 Hz with a Q of 0.4. When this shelf is bypassed, you'll hear the high-mid clarity reduce somewhat. After this, we'll carve out a little extra space for the snares mids with a -2 dB peak filter applied at 1.4 kHz with a Q of 3. These tweaks will all help with blending the drone into the mix without it losing presence. Now we'll turn our attention to the kick drum. As this is a house track, the snare is layered over the kick on alternate beats. Between some careful listening and checking with the frequency analyzer, we'll see that our snare has a low fundamental frequency of 151 Hz. We'll load Equilibrium onto the house kick channel and make a -2 dB notch at 151 Hz with a Q of 2. To help the kick and snare coexist better, again increasing overall clarity. Although the mix now sounds more cohesive at this point, some extra work is needed to give the kick more space, as it is still being masked at certain points. We can use Equilibrium on the house snare channel to apply an 18 dB and octave high pass filter at 100 Hz before applying a 12 dB and octave low pass filter at 10 kHz. This will give our kicks low punch more space, whilst freeing up some high frequency room for the percussion track laid above the kick and snare. Whilst the pad sounds good in the mix, closer inspection with the frequency analyzer will show some low mid frequencies at around 100 Hz upwards that are perhaps a little louder than we'd like. We could try a high pass filter to roll these off, but that will have the side effect of making the pad sound too thin. So instead, we can use a -3 dB low shelf at 500 Hz with a Q of 1 on the house pad channel using equilibrium. Finally, we can turn our attention to EQing the bass. Load up equilibrium and apply 2 sharp -4 dB notches . At 70 Hz and 151 Hz with a Q of 4. This will give the kick and snare some extra room without making the bass sound thin, increasing our low end clarity significantly. Lastly, the bass clashes with the drums in the mid slightly. Use of a -2 dB high shelf at 500 Hz will tame this without making the bass sound overly dull.